I was most interested in starting to study stigma because I'm a behavioral medicine researcher, and my primary interest is headache disorders and migraine. And I and a lot of my colleagues, most notably Bob Shapiro, who is a co-author on this study, we're looking around the field and really noticing that we have thought a lot about individual factors that influence how disabling migraine is. So psychological factors, comorbidities, things about the person. But we really had neglected the amount that social roles play in the development of the disease and disability. So migraine is one of the leading causes of disability worldwide. That's predominantly because it impacts people during the prime of their lives. It is the disease of early adulthood and middle age, which is different than a lot of other diseases that predominantly occur during older age. So it's impacting people's ability to function when they should be doing things like going to college, finding jobs, starting families. We have some recent evidence from other studies that shows that having migraine impacts a lot of people's decisions to have children at all. It impacts a lot of people's decisions to seek further education and to even stay in the workforce. So why would having migraine lead one to leave the workforce, right? So one of our hypotheses is that there's stigma against people with migraine, that having migraine might make you an unreliable worker. Having migraine can be, interfere with occupational roles, and there's some stigma there. So we wanted to understand the extent to which how much people are experiencing stigma in their lives impacts their functioning and their disability. So that was the point of this study. In brief, we surveyed 121 people with migraine, and we gave them measures of stigma as well as measures of quality of life, disability, and other factors. And what we found was that stigma was really important. It accounted for variation above and beyond a bunch of other things that we know is important for disability, like symptoms themselves and things like depression. Stigma mattered for unique reasons beyond just symptoms, beyond just depression. And then we started to do some preliminary work to build out a model that describes how important stigma is, how central its role is. And my hope is that will spur on more research to understand how we can mitigate the impact of stigma in people's lives.